Hi and welcome to Real Reviews. My name's Martin Carr and today I'm going to be talking about the home entertainment release of Dungeons & Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves, which stars Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Hugh Grant, Justice Smith and is co-written in part by John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein of Spider-Man Homecoming. Let's get into it, shall we? Right, so this Paramount Pictures Hasbro approved adventure romp, which takes some of its source material from the 80s/90s children's cartoon. Can't remember which decade, I'll be honest. It does star Chris Pine, who is on autopilot, but it's reasonably good autopilot as Edwin, this reformed thief who was forced into a quest mission, which is a very generic, very basic sort of storyline. In order to resurrect members of his family. So you've also got the villainous and nefarious Forge, played by a scene-stealing Hugh Grant. You've got a suave and, let's be honest ladies, a little bit sexy Regé-Jean Page as Zenk, great name, the Paladin. You've also got Michelle Rodriguez, who people will know from the Fast and Furious franchise, as Holger, who just cracks heads at each potato. And you've also got Justice Smith playing Simon, who is a bit of a haphazard sorcerer. So that there is your team of, shall we say, miscreants who are forced to go into caverns and fight beasties and sort of bicker amongst themselves and so on and so forth. I mean, it's pretty basic stuff. So I think we all know where we are, but the question is this any good? Let's find out next. Right, so good news first. Good news is that the production design on this, the visual effects, and generally the world building which goes on in the creation of this film is really good. There is a chemistry between those main cast members, which really brings a camaraderie and a certain degree of engagement to the film, to the viewing pleasure, call it what you will. Problem is that the story is wafer thin, as I've said previously. Also, there is an element of convenience in terms of you never feel like these people, as much as they might fight beasts and they might be in so-called death-defying situations, there never feels like there's any threat. Also, as I said, there's no obstacle. You don't feel like they have to overcome anything particularly. Chris Pine, although he is charming as you would expect, he does seem, in certain scenes, to be phoning it in slightly. Hugh Grant, on the other hand, knows exactly what sort of film he's in and is milking this. In fact, to my mind, he's not used enough. And Regé-Jean Page is also massively underused in this film for reasons which escape me. Which makes this feel like quite the mediocre film. It smacks of indifference to me, and that goes against everything on paper, everything on the screen, everything on paper. But this is just too convenient, and this is why the demographic is squarely aimed at probably your early teens to your mid-teens, maybe. Beyond that, I'm thinking let's move on to the rating, because, you know, I've said my bit. Next. Right, and so it is, we move on to the rating, which on this particular occasion happens to be a 3 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale. That's a 3 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale, for all the reasons which I've already pointed out. So what I would say is, if you're a big Hasbro fan and you love the source material, or you love Hugh Grant, or you love Chris Pine, and you can't be without seeing them in a film that they've been in, then watch it, by all means. I'm not standing in anyone's way, and I'm not suggesting that people don't, but that is where I would draw the line. Until next time, unless you want to stick around for that trailer, we'll talk again. Take care. And so it is, we come to the trailer for the end of Dungeons & Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves, the home entertainment release review. So if you have liked the video, then you can just click on that thumb. If you want to comment, then do so. Please drop a comment in the box and you will get a response from me, I promise. And finally, if you'd like to subscribe every Tuesday, every Saturday when I drop another one of these bad boy videos, then you can just pop over and listen to as much or as little as you wish, and then go on about your day. Until next time, unless you want to be watching another one of my videos, we'll talk again. Take care.